video, we are talking about the middle part of the Norma Basalis. The middle part extends from this is the posterior border of the heart valve, and it ends up into the transverse line passing through the anterior margin of the foramen magnum. So first of all, we are talking about the median area, or first of all, I am telling you about how the middle part is formed. So it is formed by the anterior half are the vomers. This is the anterior half. This is called the vomer. Okay, this is the vomer, and the sphenoid bone. This whole area is a part of the sphenoid bone. And posterior half, it is formed by the occipital bone. This is the occipital bone, and the paired temporal bone. This part is this structures. This area is a temporal bone. So first of all, anterior half. Anterior half on the median age side, this small midline structure is called the vomer, and this vomer resting on the sphenoid bone, and it contributes into the formation. This vomer bone contributes in the formation of the bony nasal septum, separating the two concas, and this is called the nasal apertures. Now we are talking about the two important structures. First of all, I am telling you about the sphenoid bone. So this whole area is a sphenoid bone. This whole area is a sphenoid bone. This whole area is a sphenoid bone. And as you know that it has a body. This mid part is called the body, the lesser wing and the greater wing. Lesser wing is shown into the internal cranial cavity, the lesser wing projecting laterally forming the body, and two downward projectings which is called the pterygoid processes immediately lateral to each concha. Okay, this is the concha and this is the two pterygoid processes. This which is nearer to the concha, this process is called the medial pterygoid plate, and this is called the lateral pterygoid plate. The medial pterygoid plate is directed backward, and it has two surfaces, the medial and the lateral surface. The upper end of each, this border divides this is called the upper end and this is called the lower end. Why this is called the upper end and why this is called the lower end? In the anatomical position, if I am placed it into the anatomical position, see, the upper part is this one and lower part is on the downward side. That is why when we study, we called this area is a lower end and this one is called the upper end. The lower end, or the lower side, it is prolonged downward and it forms the two parts. Upper end. Upper end, this forms the depression. This is called the depression, and this depression is called the scaphoid fossa. This triangular depression is called the scaphoid fossa, and this upper end, it has two medial and lateral sides. It divides into the two medial and lateral side, and this fossa is called the scaphoid fossa. The lower end, this is called the lower end, and this lower end of the posterior border, it is prolonged laterally to form the pterygoid humulus. Now I am talking about the palatovaginal and vomerovaginal canal. Where is the palatovaginal canal is formed? The inferior surface of the vaginal process of the medial pterygoid plate. This is the inferior surface of the medial pterygoid plate. It is marked by an anterior-posterior groove. This is the anterior-posterior groove, which is converted into the palatovaginal canal by the upper surface of the sphenoid process. The canal ultimately opens into the pterygopalatine fossa. Now where is the vomerovaginal canal? As this name shows that vomer is involved. So the lateral border of each ala of the vomer, this is the vomer and these are the two alas of the vomer. So this is the lateral border of the ala of the vomer. It comes into relationship with the vaginal process of the medial pterygoid. Okay? It comes into the relationship with the